Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop.
Today is not a good day for me. I'm going to be working with metric. Well, fortunately now, but at the time not so fortunate, I had a job that I had to do up in the little town of Barrie, Ontario. Not exactly little, but it's not a booming business town anyways. So, because I was in Canada and it was against the law for me to be doing any work in Canada without registering as a worker, I couldn't take any tools with me, so I bought these tools while I was up there. I bought them at Princess Auto, and this is Power Fist. Power Fist is a really, well, I can't say too much bad about them. I mean, they do work. They're not great wrenches. They're nicely polished, and I haven't broken any, but I'm usually very careful with them because they're not very strong. Well, it's not that size. That's a 11. Let's try 12. There we go. Can I get the... Yeah, there we go. Box end's always better. I grab more of the bolt head. And even though these are barely fitting, that's part of the problem with the Power Fist. The broaching on this wrench is abysmal. Okay, now I should be able to tip this up without the motor hitting the frame. There we go. Now I need to take this off because that snapped. Get you down here where you can see it. I spent a lot of time getting this working, and most of it was in adjusting these rollers and filing this blade guide mount to shape. So I'm really not happy to have this cracked, because that means I'm going to have to braze it. And brazing it, I'll be extremely lucky if I get it back straight again. take this table off. Yep, that part's broken free. And so is that one. Oh joy. Snapped in two. This piece is the center of this, and that holds it to the frame of the saw. So when it landed, it snapped both of these off of this and snapped them in two. That means I got to take all this stuff off. I've got to build a fixture so that I can hold all this in alignment and then braze it back together again. Probably going to silver solder it, but that's going to involve a lot of work, and it would have to crack right through the threads. Ended up having to make special shims for this, and now these shims are no longer going to fit. And because I went through and painted these very carefully, got paint all over everything, I'm going to have to put some paint stripper on there first and get all that paint off. Oh joy. Get them in there as flat as I can so I can cover them with a nice coat of acetone that I spill all over my fingers. Today's just not a good day for me. I probably should stop here because this is not going at all like I planned. When you push forward in the face of danger, you end up falling down. So we're going to let that sit. That'll get the paint softened up. Then later today, maybe tomorrow, we'll come back at it, because shaking hands with danger is never a good policy. Well, I'm really not happy that it fell over. It's what happens. Sometimes things just happen. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.